Hello all you YouTubers out there. I am the Odie Caveman, and what I'm going to talk about today is the 511 Rush 24 pack. I've had this pack for a couple of years. It's a great pack. It's got lots of storage, lots of internal pockets and pouches, places you can put stuff. It's real durable. I like the looks of it. I like the way it feels, how it carries the weight on my back. Overall, it's a great pack. There's plenty of videos to talk about that, though that's not what I'm here to talk about today. What I'm going to talk about is one thing I did not like about this pack is that it did not come with a waist strap. And, it is a small pack. You're not going to be carrying 80 pounds of gear in this thing and hiking 50 miles. But, anytime you can increase the comfort of something you're wearing, that's always going to be better. So one thing I did after I took it hiking the first couple times was I made one for myself just out of some materials I got at a fabric store. It cost me a couple dollars. You got your little quick release buckle right there, a couple adjustments. But this thing really, it's not quite that comfortable. It's not really what I wanted. So I wanted to get something better. And what I ended up finding after doing some research online, seeing what other people had done, I hadn't seen anybody that had done what I have here. So that's why I'm making this video. But this is a Condor 241, I believe, battle belt. It's a second generation. I got this off Amazon. I think it was less than $20, pretty reasonable. It comes in OD green, which I like because it matches the pack. One thing I didn't like though is it doesn't come with the actual belt, so you have to buy that separately. And you're kind of limited with your choices because this pack comes with some tri-glides from the factory for attaching a waist belt on each side, but they only can accommodate a 1.5 inch thick belt. So, a lot of these belts that you see, tactical belts, whatever you want to call it, they're like 1 3/4 inches, 2 inches. You still want something that's kind of substantial because you want to be able to carry the weight evenly. You don't want a real small belt that's going to bunch up in here. But I found this Blackhawk Instructor's Gun belt. It's 1.5 inches. It's a little more on the expensive side than what I want to spend. I think it was $30 or $35, which, for a nylon belt seems kind of expensive to me. But it does seem real well made. They say it can support 7,000 pounds. It's got some kind of parachute spec clips on here or something like that. I don't know. You can look that information up. Anyway, it fits in there pretty much perfectly. This Condor battle belt, you'll be able to see this in pictures. You probably can't see it real well in the video, but it's got 2 openings in the back. And what I did was I passed the belt through this back loop, and then on each side there's some little straps that run across. And the thing about what's perfect here is these straps are almost perfectly distanced apart where I could put them on the inside of where these tri-glides are on the pack. And what that does is it keeps the belt from having really any side-to-side play. You can't scoot one side or the other. It's pretty much locked in there. And even up and down, you don't have a lot of play. Some other people have been using the surplus military, the belts. They have all the straps on the back you can adjust and put on here. I didn't really like the looks of that. It kind of looks hokey to me. I mean, I want something that kind of looked factory, looked like it was meant to be on there. And the other thing about those, even though they're cheap, you can get them $8 or $9, they don't come in OD green, and I kind of wanted that to match. So I found this setup. When I got it, I wasn't sure if it would work. Nobody else had really commented about using something like this, but really it's perfect. It's almost like it was made to be on here. And the other thing, I'll go ahead and put this on just so I can demonstrate how it works. Get my chest strap on there. As you can see, the belt fits pretty nice on me. I wear about size 34 pants. Both the Blackhawk and the Condor battle belt are both medium size. So if you're kind of the size like me, you probably want to get the medium. As you can see, both ends of the battle belt pretty much go together perfectly. So there's not a gap there. They don't overlap. If anything, you probably want it to be a little shorter. If it overlapped, it would kind of be funky getting it buckled together. But it's real easy to buckle this thing up. There's two ways you can do this with this Black Hawk Constructors belt. You can either go through it just once and then use the Velcro to secure it, which is kind of a pain because you have to open this up to expose the Velcro. You can secure it on there. It's not really going to go anywhere. I mean, granted, this is a new belt and the Velcro is not really worn out, but I think for most people they'll find that's going to be secure enough for them. And as you can see, everything fits real flush on there. There's not a lot that's going to get caught on stuff. You're not going to be catching things on twigs. There's not a lot to be rubbing up against your arms or, you know, whatever. It is kind of a pain in the ass because you have to open this every time. But the other way you can do this, leave that shut and just hook this through there and then hook it back through again. This little clip, it's got this moving bar that goes in there that locks it down. This is how you would do it if you were going to use this to really carry weight and, I don't know, get airlifted out of somewhere, rappel out of a helicopter or something. Whatever you would use this type of belt for. You do have this thing sticking off here, but it's really quick to get that on and off. It's not going to come out of there. It's locked in there real tight. But like I said, it is a little quicker. You don't have to mess around with opening up this panel. The other thing about this battle belt that's kind of nice, you know, you got the MOLLE going down the whole side. You can attach stuff on there if you want. I mean, put a compass on there, flashlight, maybe some snacks, I don't know. But you can also open this up and it's got an opening on each side. This side has it too, where you can attach things to your belt. Like maybe you got some bear spray or something you want to put on there. You just hook that through your belt loop, run it up through this hole. And you can close this up. You got it right there. It's accessible. Like I said, you have the same thing on this side. From what I can tell, the setup isn't really made to be used as a waist belt like this, but honestly, it really fits on there perfectly. It's a lot more comfortable than not having it. It allows you to carry more weight. It keeps it secure on your back, where I find if I'm out hiking and I have the weight, you know, bouncing around, moving, it kind of wears on me a little quicker than if it's nice and secure on there. It's not moving. I mean, as you can see, having that on there really secures the pack quite a bit compared to not having this waist strap. You know, for $50 or $60, you can get a setup like this. It works real well. It looks like it's, you know, factory stock, like it's made to be on there. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I should also mention the color. The Condor belt is a little bit different color. You know, you can't make it out in the video. You can hardly even make it out in person, but it is a little bit greener than the 511 pack. But either way, it still pretty much looks factory. I mean, unless you knew that you just was from two different companies and you kind of hodgepodge that thing on there, you'd never know. But the other thing I like about this that not a lot of people, I think, have mentioned in other reviews is these chest straps that come off of the shoulder strap, and you can put them anywhere you want on this MOLLE. You can take them completely off if you want. You don't want them on there. For me, when I got the pack, they were on the second row from the top. That was a little bit high for me. I didn't like how it rode that high, so I moved them down to the third row, and that just, you know, that works perfect for me. So that's one thing, if you didn't know, I mean, it's real easy to take on and off. It's not going to go anywhere once you clip it on there. This is it's a great option. So I hope you found this video informational. This is the first video for this channel. Look for more videos on here. A lot of gear reviews, gun reviews, knife reviews, flashlights, how-to tips, you name it, it's going to be on here. So if there's anything you want to see, just leave a comment and I'll try to accommodate as best as I can. Thanks. Hello all you YouTubers out there. I am the OD Caveman, and what I'm going to talk about today is the 511 Rush 24 pack. I've had this pack for a couple of years. It's a great pack. It's got lots of storage, lots of internal pockets and pouches, places you can put stuff. It's real durable. I like the looks of it. I like the way it feels, how it carries the weight on my back. Overall, it's a great pack. There's plenty of videos to talk about that, though that's not what I'm here to talk about today. What I'm going to talk about is one thing I did not like about this pack is that it did not come with a waist strap. And, you know, it is a small pack. You're not going to be carrying 80 pounds of gear in this thing and hiking 50 miles. But, you know, anytime you can increase the comfort of something you're wearing, that's always going to be better. So one thing I did after I took it hiking the first couple times was I made one for myself